never use any form of violence towards any people, including spectators, players, match officials, or coaches. Any person who does not comply with spectator code of behaviour or will otherwise cause a disturbance may be evicted from the venue and may be banned from attending future matches. Kickoff is at 12 p.m. We would like to thank our wonderful corporate partners for their support through the 2024 season, which includes our following senior partners.
Check. Sound check. Yes. Test.
And line security.
Test.
We are taking photos today, so stay tuned to our social media.
Check. Test.
Today and throughout the week. Also, a reminder that the distro is open for today's game, and otherwise the special is the after.
Well done! Well done! Time off!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Green Gully Reserve. It's round 19 here in NPL Victoria. Apologies for the delay in the start to the commentary. We've just kicked off here with Green Gully going forward through Josh Hope, who miscontrols. Big chance early for Gully. Josh Hope had more time than he knew after a brilliant ball from Gianluca Iannucci, and it's a gift. Just rolling back calmly to Nick Feely. Oh, Oakley were asleep there in the early kickoff here on a Saturday. They've had midweek action against Avondale, a morale-boosting 3-1 win to qualify for the national stages of the Australia Cup. And it's a win they needed after successive shock defeats to Dandenong City and Dandenong Thunder. But it's Gully who've taken the early initiative here. Kadakpo pulls it back and Latham was waiting. And Stefan Valentini gives away the throw to Gully. Knocking the ball around very confidently here. Ramon Falzon's side. This is Iridakunda. Back to Jalil Regag. Jay Chiama is filling in at left back today with Dalibor Markovic a late out. This is Iannucci. Sidesteps the challenge of Kubalay. Chiama in support. Noah Holmes. He's able to clear the danger. Makeshift centre back in this Oakley lineup, who are still without Jacob Eliopoulos. Connor Hampson playing left back today. Still Gully threatened. Deflection on the cross. And Wellsmore is forced to concede just the throw. Gully have rebounded after poor season thus far. They've had a coaching change in the dugout. Stephen Downs relieved of his duties. Ramon Falzon coming in, and in the words of Gianluca Iannucci, they've become much harder to beat. A win and two draws since Falzon has taken over. He's tightened up the back line. A 0-0 draw with Altona Magic last week. The Oakley Cannons were on a 9-game winning streak, an absolute tear in all competitions. 4 successive losses to Dandenong City and Thunder last week behind closed doors at George Andrews Reserve, going down 3-1. But the win over Avondale midweek will have given this side renewed belief. A few miles in the legs that they'll have to contend with today. An unchanged lineup from Chris Taylor. This is Joe Guest, who scored twice in midweek. Finding Kingsley Sinclair, back to Guest. Oakley building nicely here. Their best move of the match, but Danger is cleared by Regaig for now. Hope. Little tangle between Josh Hope and McGilp off the ball. Referee pays advantage. Iannucci finds Luca Tavia on the right. It's Tavia who unleashes. Great reflex stop from Nick Feely. He flew through a sea of legs and Feely able to beat it away. Plenty of power behind that from Luca Tavia, who is one of two changes to the starting lineup for Gully here today. He's come in alongside Jay Chiama, I should say. Shifa Ahmed has surprisingly been dropped to the bench despite scoring 5 goals in his last 7 appearances. Though they've dried up slightly of late. He had 4 in 4 a few weeks ago. And Mo Adam has come back into the squad. He's on the bench today. We've got Jalil Regaig and Taylor Shrivers at centre-back. Matthew Crooks at right-back. Midfield of Josh Hope, Jamie Latham and Thierry Iridakunda. It's Iridakunda who coughs up the ball for Valentini. Valentini around the outside, just stepped on the ball, I think. He's looking at the referee for a decision he was never going to get. Line for Gully, it's Gianluca Iannucci on the left, Luca Tavia on the right, and Adolf Kadakpo through the middle. As I say, Oakley unchanged. Joe Guest just in behind Alex Salmon, the former Green Gully man up front. Very prolific in his tenure here at Green Gully Reserve. He had 43 goals in 57 appearances for the Cavaliers. By far their leading scorer in the NPL era, ahead of Nick Cruceratus on 29. Starting his stuff for Oakley this season. Second year with the Cannons, and he's got 11 goals already. Just 2 behind Harry Sawyer in the Golden Boot race. But far more important for Oakley is the race for the title. They're 10 points off South Melbourne, who are well and truly leading the pack. They will go temporarily second with a win here today, and we'll wait to see what Avondale does against Manningham. Looks like a mismatch on paper, but Manningham did beat Avondale 3-0 earlier this season in a massive upset. As Iannucci tries to chip it over Noah Holmes. Shout for handball against Hope. Referee says play on. Kadakpo trying to keep it in. The flag's up on the far side. It's going to be a goal kick. Yes. Lost out to Jay Chiama. So Noah Holmes and Brody Boyce at centre-back today for the Cannons. Hampson and Emlyn Wellsmore as the fullbacks. Wellsmore playing on the right. Oliver Kubalay and Cam McGilp in midfield. Joe Guest in the number 10 spot. Valentini and Kingsley Sinclair flanking Alex Salmon in attack. It's an unchanged bench as well for Oakley. Brendan White is the backup goalkeeper. Pierce Waring, Manib Atis, Luke Mensink, Rory Gregory and Asad Kasumovic on the pine for the Cannons. Delicate ball from Guest. Sinclair lays it back for Salmon. First time effort. Flies well high and wide. Alex Salmon loves to hit those when they cut back to his feet on the edge of the box. Folks at Green Gully will remember those sorts of spectacular goals all too well. We're all too aware of the threat he poses. That was a miss-hit, but he's scored several spectacular efforts this season, including one against Hume City at Broadmeadows that sticks in the memory. A wonderful curler from 25 yards. Iridakunda rising highest, and now Kadakpo. Good feet from Adolf Kadakpo. Latham cuts inside Kubalay. Iridakunda is the pivot in midfield. Looks for a teammate. Finds one in Gianluca Iannucci. Iannucci, great feet. Sets himself for the cross. Noah Holmes heads as far as Latham. It ricochets back to Iannucci. And his effort is straight at the goalkeeper. And these chances are mounting up for Green Gully at the moment. Nick Feely has been a busy man. It's been a really confident start from the home side. Playing some eye-catching football as well. Kubalay, Wellsmore. Oakley looking a little leggy, a little rusty. A little unsure of themselves. Connor Hampson trying to change that. Matt Crooks, Cannons is off Connor Hampson's shins, and, well, much to the Englishman's disgust, the referees decide it's Green Gully ball. Certainly look that way from here. Hope. There's no one up front there. Adolf Kadakpo had dropped very deep in search of possession, and Noah Holmes had all the time in the world. This is Stefan Valentini. Stops and props and takes on Crooks. Lays it back to Hampson to cross, and it's off the knee of Latham and away. Hampson finds the feet of Guest. Well, the pass to Valentini was cut off, but Oakley will have a set piece, and they are absolutely lethal from corners and wide free kicks. Joe Guest's delivery is usually immaculate. Connor Hampson is such a danger with his movement in the penalty area, his heading ability. Salmon the target this time, who helps it on only as far as Shrivers. Able to clear the danger out to Iannucci. Has Noah Holmes on his back. Well, Gully were looking for a whistle, which never came. Wellsmore. Sinclair off Chiama into touch. See that swap flanks now. Luca Tavia and Gianluca Iannucci. Expect that to be a regular feature of Gully's play. Latham winning the ball off Kubalay. Brody Boyce with the crucial intervention. Regaig's headed down to Shrivers. Jay Chiama. He was impeded there. Oh, both teams wanted a whistle. Chiama nutmegged Sinclair and thought he was being impeded from collecting the ball on the other side. Oakley was saying Chiama was manhandling Sinclair. It was the other way around. Referee decided 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, and let the game flow. Driscoll chooses the short option in Regaig. Oh, it's fearless from Jalil Regaig. Joe Guest is a ferocious pressure of the football. Now Iannucci on the right. Early delivery, Kadakpo! And then Josh Hope tucks away the crumbs to give Green Gully a well-deserved early lead. Well, Oakley's miserable league run continues. It was a superb ball in from Gianluca Iannucci. Adolf Kadakpo got there first. Couldn't direct his effort on goal. The rebound spilled to Josh Hope, who made no mistake to blowing an early chance. With a loose first touch. He took that one first time. Gully have really made an early impression here. Their talent on paper belies their position in the league table, and they've shown that today. Oakley looking out of sorts. It all started from Jalil Regaig, who faced down the pressure from Joe Guest. Fainted past him and opened up the whole pitch for Green Gully. Headed to the composure of the young centre half. Sliding challenge from Hampson was deemed clean. Now Guest puts it over the top looking for Valentini. Shrivers forced to take a touch and concedes the corner. Oh, slightly untidy work at the back from Shrivers. Maybe in hindsight could have tried to shield the ball out of play. Comes at the cost of defending a set piece, which Oakley are always so threatening from. Near post delivery. Kadakpo heads away. Ferocious volley from Kubalay is blocked. Now Wellsmore dribbling through the pack. McGill charges it down. Wellsmore. Oakley wanted a free kick. Tavia. Trying to go around the outside. No way past Ollie Kubalay. But Brodie Boyce gave it straight to Jamie Latham. And now Gully can break. Yanucci has Crooks on the outside. Matty Crooks just had to check his run. Oakley bench still blowing up about the free kick not given there. Giamma. Keep it is the shout from Jalil Regaig. Shrivers. Valentini. Header ends up back at the feet of Shrivers, who knocks it into space for Crooks to cross. First time into the area. It drops for Tavia, and then Kingsley Sinclair stole it off his toe. Green Gully corner now. And Gianluca Yanucci, who provided the cross for the first goal, will jog across to take this corner. Yanucci. Oh, Feely got crunched under Kadakpo's aerial challenge. And the whistle goes. Feely looks okay. Really came thundering in there. Contact so heavy we heard it in the commentary position. Brigade. Gianluca Yanucci just runs out of room there and loses his footing as he tries to control the ball. Long throw taken in the direction of Salmon. Oakley gains some territory. Wellsmore takes it quick. McGill sporting the strapping on his left knee. Holmes, midfielder by trade, having to deputise in the centre of defence, Noah Holmes. This is McGill. Guest. Tackled by Latham. Despairing glance in the direction of the referee, but no change. This is Latham. Kadakpo. Flag stays down. Still Kadakpo! And Green Gully have two. The last touch came off Connor Hampson, but it's Adolf Kadakpo's goal. He's third of the campaign. And the Cavaliers with a healthy cushion here in the first half. Comes off the quick break. Joe Guest certainly was fouled by Jamie Latham as the Welshman robbed the Englishman of possession. No whistle. Green Gully sprung away. That was a big appeal for offside as well. Oakley will be steaming over that goal for multiple reasons, but the official saw nothing wrong with it. Kadakpo timing his run to perfection. And Green Gully with a commanding lead. Not many would have predicted this, given their relative positions in the table. Maybe a cup hangover for the Cannons. Can they hit back immediately? It's Hampson to cross. Took an awkward bobble there off his first touch, and it's easily picked off by Latham. Tavia. Josh Hope is offside. Boyce, Wellsmore, sidesteps the challenge of Chiama. Gives Joe Guest a lot to do. Well, I think Valentini would have been offside there. Oakley could have made a lot more of that opening. Just the wrong decision. Should have held on to the ball for longer, given the relative positions of his teammates. Maybe Valentini could do more to hold his run. Great game of football so far. But at the moment, Oakley is sinking without a trace. McGilt goes down and wins a free kick off Josh Hope. Former teammates in the Melbourne Victory youth ranks. Boyce. Wellsmore for Valentini. McGagg stepped in. McGill might get a mulligan here as he wins possession back for Oakley. It's Guess. Sinclair, and now McGill, and Salmon sliding in, and somehow the ball stays out. Well, corner is the verdict. An Oakley goal looked a certainty there, but it wasn't to be. Last-ditch defending from Green Gully saves the day. Now they've got a corner to defend. Guest into the 6-yard box. Kadakpo's header gets more height than distance. Shriver's onto the second ball. Hope as far as Latham. Chiama sends it away. Anywhere will do. Latham thundering into two challenges. Such tenacity from the Welshman there to keep this attack alive. Iannucci chips it straight into Wellsmore, and Feely couldn't avoid the corner. Nick Feely adamant that ball stayed in. Latham wants it short and gets his wish. Latham swings it into the back post. Feely was flying at it. No touch off the fingertips. Oakley goal kick. Well, Oakley 4 wins and 1 defeat in their last 5 against Green Gully. Gully haven't beaten Oakley at home since 2018. They could be on their way now. Kadakpo goes down. No penalty. Oh, it looked to be contact. It was a big shout from Adolf Kadakpo as 2 defenders converged on him. The referee was in the ideal position and confidently waved it away. Gully. Crooks. Neatly done to spin away from the challenge of Joe Guest, who's kind of frustrated figure so far in this early afternoon kickoff. Regaig. Iannucci. Chiama. Gives away possession. It's tough playing left back when you're a right footer. Really narrows the field in possession, especially in those sorts of situations. Dalibor Markovic was initially ticked as starting on the team sheet, but a late scratching. And his name crossed out, so assume some sort of injury issue on the day. Holmes. Hampson. Salmon. Still sporting the wrist strapping, Alex Salmon, from a broken arm he suffered last season. Boyce. Wellsmore, first time delivery is a good one. McGilp onto the loose ball. And then Gully, and Salmon lashes it over the crossbar. Oh, Jalil Regaig in the way of at least one and maybe 2 of those shots. Alex Salmon hasn't quite found his radar against his former club. Oakley have made a habit of poaching Green Gully's best strikers over the last couple of years. First, Salmon making the move. This is Valentini who's offside. Pierce Waring on the bench for Oakley today. On the eve of the season, departing for Jack Edwards' reserve, which left Green Gully in pretty compromised position with their striking options. Kadakpo made his name last season as a box-to-box midfielder. Playing up front today and doing a good job of things. Well, that could have been 3. Whistle goes against Kadakpo for the foul on Noah Holmes. He's making a real nuisance of himself up front today. Chiama. Latham. Off Crooks and out for a throw. Been searching for striking options all season. Almost signed Daniel Clark, who decided to retire. Former Oakley man. Gianluca Iannucci was playing as a false 9 early in the campaign. Robbed Green Gully of his creativity on the wing. Kadakpo in recent weeks has made the spot his own and looks to have taken to it like a duck to water. Latham. Hope. Plays it off for Jamie Latham. Played such a vital role in keeping Moreland City in the top flight last season. Yanucci hangs it high. Easy pickings for Nick Feely's. Kadakpo couldn't get underneath it. Shrivers, former Melbourne Knight. Vast experience. He played at the Club World Cup in 2018 for Team Wellington. So they went down on penalties after a 3-3 draw with LA in. A couple of veterans of that team playing in Victoria. Scott Hillier over at the Bentley Greens. Amongst them, Hamish Watson in seasons past has strutted his stuff for Knights and Thunder. Yanucci, good challenge on Wellsmore. Quickly taken throw for Salmon. Can Oakley build something here? It's Kubalay. To the feet of Salmon. Has Guest in support. Valentini wants it wide. Oh, Guest didn't put enough on the pass there. See how deep Gully are at the moment. Kadakpo dropping the form part of the defensive unit. It's been a big focus for Ramon Falzon since he's taken the reins to stop this team shipping so many goals, and it's been successful so far. Defending from the front and getting all hands on deck is a key part of the philosophy, it seems, especially today against the team with Oakley's attacking threats. Hampson has to pass it back to Nick Feely to clear. Latham. He's run the show today so far, Jamie Latham. Yanucci. Nice reverse pass for Kadakpo, and then Wellsmore got a foot in. Brody Boyce now. High raking switch. Shrivers underneath it. Sinclair, he's played a lot of fullback this season, getting his chance in attack over the past few weeks. Joe Guest. For Kingsley Sinclair. On to Kubalay, who'll have a hit. And again, Oakley can't test Liam Driscoll in the Green Gully goal. And just keep an eye on Ollie Kubalay here, who's pulled up short after that shot. Maybe a hamstring issue. And we will have a break in play here as the physios are called on to deal with Ollie Kubalay. Oh, maybe a reshuffle in the offing if Kubalay can't continue. Although all the senior players on the Oakley bench are attacking options, Waring, Adis, Kasumovic. Oakley seizing the opportunity for a bit of a debrief and trying to reset themselves tactically. Well, there's 2 injury issues for Oakley. It's not just Kubalay who's pulled up short. The more serious problem seems to be Noah Holmes, who's gone down. And they're calling for a sub here. Oakley got a few walking wounded by the looks of things. Nursing injuries in midfield. McGilt with the strapping. Noah Holmes is going to come off, and they've got a real problem here now, Oakley. Connor Hampson surely will shuffle across and fill in at centre back. Maybe Sinclair back to full back and bring on another winger. Looks like Asad Kasumovic will be summoned. Certainly not a central defender. And lucky to have so many versatile options in their team who can deputise in varying positions. Noah Holmes himself, who's not really a centre-back by trade, but has made that position his own this year in the absence of Jacob Eliopoulos. More of a holding midfielder in his time at Western United. Here comes the change. It is Kasumovic who's, well, getting ready in a hurry there. Didn't even have his shirt on. He's straight into the action. And it's Hampson into central defence, which he can play there very comfortably. Kingsley Sinclair back to left back. And Kasumovic will play on the left side of the front three. Boyce with the header. Yanucci. 2 goals down and an injury-enforced change. Not the start Oakley would have wanted in Keilor Downs. Valentini. McGill. Hampson for Sinclair. The onus is all on the Cannons now. Green Gully happy to sit in formation and wait for their opportunities to pounce on the counter. 2 goals to the good against the side third in the competition. You can certainly understand that approach, although they did run the show early on with extended spells of possession and creating chances against a set defence, which is not the way Oakley usually cough up goals. They're usually the ones winning possession on the halfway line and stinging teams on the break. McGill. Valentini. The ball caught under his feet. He wins it back off Iannucci. Makes up for the error. Kubalay. Cam McGill now. Trying to find Joe Guest between the lines, and they do. Guest. Delicate layoff. Kasumovic. Salmon was at the back post. Just too much on the cross for the English centre forward. Hampson. Sinclair, no way past Jamie Latham. Again, superb from Jamie Latham. And then Tavia steps through the challenge. Hauled to the ground by Sinclair, no whistle. And Oakley are going to knock the ball out because they've got another injury problem. This time it's Connor Hampson. Iannucci having a grumble to the fourth official about the non-decision. I can see why he's complaining, in fairness. That looked a foul from here. Well, maybe no rotations from midweek was the wrong call from Chris Taylor. He likes to keep a consistent lineup, doesn't like to change a winning team. Now, who on earth is going to play centre back if Connor Hampson can't continue? I think Ollie Kubalay is most likely, but he's limping as well. Oakley are going to have to go in at half-time and have a rethink how they adapt here. 2 goals down. Gully are going to return possession. That's sub-signalled by the Oakley physio. This is a nightmare. Valentini for Wellsmore. Oakley down to 10 for the time being as they ponder the latest change. Luke Mensink has been sent to warm up. Well, maybe if you look at the composition of the Oakley squad, you could say they're a bit light on defenders. Have incredible resources in attack. It's come back to bite them this year. Hampson will be brought off. Kublai is going to soldier on as a makeshift centre half on one leg. This is Joe Guest. Yanucci. Oh, vaults the challenge of Brody Boyce. And the flag is up against Kadakpo, but referee will bring it back for the initial foul. Brody Boyce pleading his innocence, but the yellow card is out. Just his second booking of the season. Doesn't tend to get himself in disciplinary trouble. The Queenslander who came through at Brisbane Roar. It's actually going to be Roy Gregory who comes on. Still the 10 men of Oakley. Try and see this through till half time. They'll be up to 11 in a moment when they can make this change. McGilt brought to grounds. And here comes that substitution. Oh, Connor Hampson has already gone off on the far side. He won't continue. 2 injury-enforced changes in one half of football for the Oakleigh Cannons. And Oliver Kublai looks to be really struggling as well. He started with Noah Holmes and Brody Boyce playing centre half, and Brody Boyce is slowly running out of partners. What a drag back from Wellsmore, though. Possession turned over as Joe Guest couldn't keep it. Slightly wrong foots him as it was fired towards his feet on the run. Not the most convincing of clearances from Driscoll. Connor Hampson lasted about 5 minutes at centre-back for Oakley before going down with an injury of his own. Now it's Kublai trying to keep up with these speedy Green Gully attackers. Oh, he breezes past him. Still going, Matty Crooks. Jamie Latham with an open goal. And he scores his first league goal for Green Gully. The Cavaliers in dreamland. Well, you could see Ollie Kublai was just not fit to stay on the pitch there. He's got his hand in the air now. Just couldn't make a challenge on Matty Crooks, and it left Oakley just hopelessly exposed at the back. Here comes a third change. So they will have used all 3 of their substitution windows in the first half and won't be able to make another one in the second. It's Pierce Waring who's going to have to come on. And Kublai rightly asks, now what? Who's playing centre back now? Oh, Kublai cuts a distraught figure as he limps to the bench. Pierce Waring, who's a striker by trade, is going to be forced to play right back until half-time, with Emlyn Wellsmore dropping into central defence. They have one natural defender in a back 4. Latham. Wellsmore. Valentini. Jinx past Chiama. Valentini, Salmon, the flicked header tipped around the post by Driscoll. Well, they could have ended the half on a positive note. Alex Salmon just couldn't generate enough power off that cross. Kasumovic is going to take this corner. Is there a silver lining for the Cannons? It's Driscoll's punch away. And now the header drops to Latham, who's been absolutely everywhere. Josh Hope. Guest back to Feely. Kidakpo knocks it out of play. Quickly taken throw by McGill. Valentini couldn't find a way past. There's a bit of a tangle after the ball was cleared between Valentini and Regaik. Sinclair. Salmon involved. Kasumovic. Roy Gregory, the youngster, into the midfield. Deft footwork from him. Salmon fires it across goal. Was it a shot? Was it a cross? In the end, it was neither. Oh, this must be an absolutely brutal watch if you're an Oakley fan. Watching the season fall apart before your eyes. I hope that none of those 3 injuries are serious, but they all look like muscular complaints, not contact injuries, and that never bodes well.
Steph, drop all the way, drop all the way. Work the line, I know, Steve. Work the line, James. Yep, here. Get there. Come on, Steph.
That's a lovely switch of play out to Crooks. Green Gully really put the hammer down. And add insult to injury at the end of this first half. Or insult to injuries, as it were. Well, mercifully for the visitors, the sound of the halftime whistle and an astonishing first half. Have we just seen Oakley's title challenge end in the space of 45 disastrous minutes? Green Gully, to their credit, have been superb. Absolutely superb. Goals from Josh Hope, Adolf Kidakpo, and a late stinger from Jamie Latham to make it 3. But the big story of that first half is the 3 injuries for Oakley. First, it was Noah Holmes forced off. His replacement at centre-back, Connor Hampson, who'd started the game at fullback, followed shortly thereafter. And now they are really up against it. Ollie Kubalay, who stepped in at centre-back, he was already struggling with a hamstring problem after taking a long-range shot. It was breezed past by Matthew Crooks for Green Gully's 3rd goal. And gee, Oakley have got problems now. We'll take a short break here on the NPL Victoria live stream. Green Gully in a commanding position against a very short-handed visiting Oakley side. The halftime score, Green Gully 3, Oakley Cannons 0.
Check, check. Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, round 19 at Green Gully Reserve, and it's the home side who've made a real statement in that first half. 3-0 against Oakley, a team they haven't beaten at home since 2018. First half goals from Josh Hope, Adolf Kadakpo and Jamie Latham. Really making a statement. Ramon Falzon and his new side. For Oakley, it was an absolute nightmare of the first half, and not just because of the scoreline. It's the injury issues that have plagued them. They've used all 3 of their substitution windows. First, it was Noah Holmes, the deputising centre-back, who went down. Connor Hampson moved into his position. He went down. Kubalay moved into the central defensive position. He went down. All 3 were substituted. And so Brody Boyce, a bit of a scuffle erupting here between Regaig and Kusumovic over the retrieval of the ball. Seemed a bit of a storm in the teacup. All 3 of the players who've occupied that position in the heart of defence have gone down with injury. Let's hope Cam McGill can last the rest of the 90 minutes. Referee just Kusumovic and Regaig are talking to. So it's a reshuffle with Joe Guest moving deeper into midfield alongside Emlyn Wellsmore. McGill playing at centre-back with Boyce. Pierce Waring at right-back. He's a natural striker, by the way. Can play on the wing in the forward line, but never seen him in defence before. Kingsley Sinclair at left-back, a position he's occupied for a majority of this season, even though he's not a natural defender by trade. This is Sinclair. Well found by Guest. Good sliding challenge from Crooks. Alex Salmon retrieves the ball for Oakley. It's Valentini. Crooks sliding in again, got a piece of it. Alex Salmon manages to keep possession. And then Valentini bundles his way through! And the header across goal from Kusumovic took a touch on the way. There was a massive shout for handball. Oh, the Oakley bench less than impressed with the decisions today. Joe Guest into the 6-yard box. It's headed goalwards. And not enough power on it. Josh Hope, did he leave an arm dangling there? He definitely put an arm out. I'm not sure if it made contact with the ball or not, but it was a very suspicious action from Josh Hope, and maybe lucky to get away with it. Certainly looked unnatural. If that shot was deemed goal bound at the time he touched it, if he touched it, which it's difficult to tell off the replay. Could have been facing further sanction, not just a penalty. Free kick for Oakley. Bench insisting worthy of a yellow card, that challenge. Valentini. Sinclair. Roy Gregory. Josh Hope winning back possession for the Cavaliers. Nice footwork from Hope. Yanucci. Wellsmore for Guest. Wellsmore gets it back, goes to ground. Crooks played the ball in the challenge. Kadakpo. Flicked it past Boyce, but Pierce Waring, the makeshift right back, is there to cover. Gregory. A challenge from Josh Hope. Get a touch on the ball. Maybe Chris Taylor couldn't see that touch from his position, but the Oakley bench are blowing up. McGill. Sinclair. CT doesn't usually get too lippy on the sideline. He's not one of those coaches. Unless he really has a point to make. McGill. Angled ball in. Wellsmore. Kasimovic for Pierce Waring. Jalil Regaig hacks it away. McGill. Salmon. Sinclair. Just looking for Alex Salmon. Matty Crooks and Gianluca Iannucci deep in dialogue about Iannucci's defensive responsibilities. Waring can't make contact in the aerial challenge. Josh Hope. That spills out to Kasimovic. Thought he was held back by Iridikunda. Kasimovic. Still going aside, Kasimovic. Oh, left the ball behind. Now Green Gully can spring in transition. Iannucci has Matty Crooks on the outside. The flag's up, it won't count. Jamie Latham tucked it into the net with what would have been his second of the afternoon, but Matty Crooks just couldn't quite hold his run on the right. Joe Guess. Valentini for Gregory. Slips the ball through for Salmon. Can't force the low ball into the box. Here goes Adolf Kadakpo. He's got a runner in the middle in Latham. Kadakpo trying to dribble through the challenge of McGill. He's still got possession. Chiama. Latham. Tavia for Kadakpo. For Iannucci. Gianluca Iannucci unleashes. And it's too close to the goalkeeper. Well, Oakley were really exposed there. If Adolf Kadakpo had looked up in time to see the run of Jamie Latham bursting through the middle, he's been absolutely tireless in that number 8 position. Lung-busting runs into the box. He was rewarded in the first half with a goal. He's been really good on the ball. Tenacious in the challenge as well. Gregory couldn't keep it. Tavia. Chiama was wrong-footed and then went in dangerously, showing studs. He was trying to retrieve possession. Brody Boyce on the receiving end. Again, the Oakley dugout furious that the yellow card hasn't been dished out. Valentini, is he onside? The answer is no. Did look offside, Steph Valentini. Driscoll. McGill. It's back to Feely. Boyce. Latham. Tavia keeps the ball in play. Luca Tavia from distance. It's a scuffed shot and a simple save for a goalkeeper of Nick Feely's quality. Salmon. Waring finding Joe Guest. In fact, it's McGilp he's left the ball for. Now Guest. Salmon dropping deep. The run down the left is Valentini. As Matty Crooks for company. Checks inside. Finding Sinclair in the box. Tries to lay it off for a shot, but bisects two of his teammates with the pass. Wellsmore. Emlyn Wellsmore tees it up. It's come off his own teammate in Kasumovic. Now Valentini. No whistle for handball. Iannucci dwelt on it for too long. Guest for Salmon. And now Valentini. Flag stays down for him. Waring heads it back into the danger zone. Kasumovic hits the deck. Not enough in it for the referee's liking. Did seem to go down pretty easily there, Asad Kasumovic. Salmon. Valentini. Crunching challenge from Crooks. Iridakunda slides in. And yellow card is out for Thierry Iridakunda. Well, Oakley seemed to think the card should have been of a darker shade. There's a lunge from Iridakunda. Tried to keep his toe pointed and not show the studs too much, but it was dangerous. Has gone into the book. Wellsmore. Sinclair. Back to Guest. Guest looking for the far post, misses everybody. Oh, it's been a rare off day for Joe Guest and his production in the final third. Josh Hope for Jamie Latham. Hope. Kadakpo's layoff. Latham. Iannucci. Valentini flirting with offside again. Flag stays down for Valentini. And he miscontrolled it. Everything that can go wrong is going wrong for Oakley at the moment. That's very uncharacteristic from Steph Valentini. Shrivers belts it long off the goal kick. Interesting that centre-back was asked to take it instead of Driscoll. Waring. Wellsmore. Now Kasumovic wants a handball. Lino's flagging for it. Joe Guest. Ball allowed to bounce. Driscoll. That's it. Run across his goal and out for a goal kick. Again, it's going to be Shrivers to take goal kicks here. So, I can only imagine that Liam Driscoll is struggling with something. Don't often see that at this level. Gully bench have been dispatched to warm up. Shifa Ahmed seems an obvious change at some point, given the goal scoring form that he's found, the 17-year-old. McGill. Valentini. Boyce for Salmon. Oh, Oakley give away possession very cheaply there. Brody Boyce knocking it into touch. Falzon era at Gully is off to an unbeaten start through 4 games, assuming they see this one through. It'll take a comeback of epic proportions from here for Oakley. Given the absentees, the 3 injuries in the first half, they can't go to their bench again. Josh Hope. Boyce. Winning back possession. Gregory. Guest, picked off by Iridakunda, and Gregory in just slightly late on Jamie Latham. Reggae hangs it high, looking for Tavir. Sinclair will head back to his goalkeeper, and danger averted for Oakley. Guest. Wellsmore. Iridakunda winning the ball again. Oh. Big collision between Kadakpo and Joe Guest. Oh, Oakley blowing up about the referee stopping the game there. It's not going to require treatment in the end. A head injury for Kadakpo, so usually Oakley would be entitled to play on there. McGill chips it over the top for Valentini. It's straight to Driscoll. Latham. Great ball in behind for Kadakpo. It's Adolf Kadakpo. And the toe poke is against McGill. Iannucci. Near post delivery for Shrivers, couldn't make the telling contacts. Gregory hacks it away upfield for Salmon. Good use of the body to see off Crooks. But Regag intercepts the pass. Crooks for Hope. Now Tavir in a pocket of space. Tavir finding Gianluca Iannucci, who loves these one-on-one situations. McGill coming across to help. Iannucci's delivery, Kadakpo's in there. Pierce Waring sees away the danger. And Gully have won it back through Tavia. Driscoll. Chiama.
Good, Grace, Grace, good, Grace.
Good footwork from Magagwe. Gianluca Iannucci was screaming for the ball down the right. Wanted the big switch. Magay gave possession away cheaply. Joe Guest trying to run the game from deep. He's given it straight to Iannucci. Salmon. Salmon finding Kusumovic. Kusumovic again, Waring. Well, you'd think Pierce Waring would be able to provide Oakley some attacking thrust down the right, given he's a natural striker, but hasn't been the case so far. Has played out wide a fair bit for Oakley this year, more often through the middle as a 9 or a 10 for Green Gully in seasons past. Former Victory Academy graduate. Wellsmore for Guest. Emlyn Wellsmore. First time ball from Sinclair down the line. Wellsmore has the beating of Iridakunda here. And the last touch off the New Zealander. He's a dual citizen, in fact, of both sides of the Tasman. Desperately unlucky there as the ball rebounds back off him for a goal kick. Shriver's again entrusted to take it. Well, if Oakley could win a header, they might be able to beat the offside. Instead it's Green Gully. Kadakpo's flick on harmlessly back to the Oakley goalkeeper. Gully are happy with their 3-0 lead. They'll pick and choose their moments here. Valentini finding Asad Kusumovic. Opted for the cutback, and it's cut out. Crooks almost giving away the corner. Salmon sliding in. And just a throw. Iannucci coughs it up to Steph Valentini. Still going Valentini. He slipped as he struck it. It's just not Oakley's day, is it? Probably understatement of the year, given their injury nightmare in the first half. Valentini flicked it on to no one in particular, and now Adolf Kadakpo finds some space down the right. He's got Josh Hope in the middle. It's 4. And the man who started the scoring this afternoon adds insult to injury for the Oakley Cannons. Josh Hope with goal number 6 this season, rolling the ball in effortlessly into the bottom right corner. After a great bit of lead-up work from Adolf Kadakpo, who's been involved in everything in an attacking sense today for Green Gully. Oh, this is a massive win for them. No way back now for the Cannons, if there ever was. Still 6 points off the finals places, even if Port Melbourne lose this weekend. But beating Oakley so comprehensively, it's got to do wonders for the confidence in Keilor Downs. Wellsmore. Really a startling scoreline on the face of it, but then you look at how things have unfolded in context, and it's a lot more understandable. Joe Guest has been fouled there by Josh Hope, and the yellow ticket is out. Alex Salmon, an option over this one. Pierce Waring too. Imagine it's most likely to be Joe Guest. You can see by the way this wall is set up with the tallest players to the left of it, they're expecting a left foot curler from Guest. Instead it's going to be Salmon. Takes a touch off the wall on its way. Oh, the sting taken out of the shot, and it's an easy save for Driscoll. Disappointing once again for Oakley. Iridakunda. Oh, lovely from Iridakunda. Nutmegging Cam McGill. No way past Brody Boyce though. Chiama. Tavia. Knocked down by Latham. Yanucci. Yanucci curls it into the box. Can't pick out Josh Hope. Now Wellsmore. Iridakunda. Accurate switch of play out to Crooks. Yanucci runs out of room. And Green Gully are going to make their first change. Oakley, again, will have to see out the rest of the game with the lineup that began the second half. They'll be using all of their substitution windows in the first through injuries. Sinclair. McGill. Boyce. Cam McGill. Finds Kingsley Sinclair, and then Salmon running from deep. Still Alex Salmon, coughs it up to Jamie Latham. And now Latham bursting through the middle, the lung-busting run into the box. Can Luca Tavia find him? Instead he stops and props and waits for the run of Chiama down the left. Latham in a pocket, lovely layoff, Tavia with the strike. Oh, that would have been quite spectacular. Luca Tavia does have a long-range howitzer in his locker. He scored plenty of spectacular goals in his time with the Port Melbourne Sharks. Oh, it was a lovely layoff from Latham. Tavia gets it back from Kadakpo. Now Yanucci providing the width. Little clipped 1-2, back to Yanucci. Beautiful touch, and the spin on the... Well, the strike on the spin, rather, was scuffed towards goal. Maybe the return ball to Tavia might have been on. Salmon. Now a change for the Cavaliers. Off comes Luca Tavia.
Justin!
And Mo Adams going to come on. Maybe another change in the offing with Jake Chiama struggling with a bout of cramp. drivers. Latham. Kadakpo. So strong to keep his feet. Mo Adam is offside when he really shouldn't have been. Trying to pass the pickle juice. Jalil Regaig is going to have to hold on to it for the time being. Trying to get it all the way from the subs bench to Jake Chiama on the far side. Oh, it's going to be hard to neck that while you're supposed to be taking a throw. Replenishments on the run for Green Gully. Kadakpo off the chest. Hope got his toe to the ball but gives away possession. Salmon heading it on to Valentini. Still Steph Valentini. Picks out Roy Gregory. A youngster who's been brought up from the under-23s. Pierce Waring with the strike. Oh, plenty behind that. And now Chiama's calling for the sub.
Physio on? Physio? Looks like he's going to come off. Is that the play that's done? Is it? Yeah. Go. Just in case, I'm pretty sure. He's already started playing pretty fast.
Justin Spiteri has been summoned to replace Jake Chiama. Chiama will go off behind the goals as Spiteri waits for the starting gun here on the sideline. Not usually wants to make a change during a defensive corner. That's a coaching superstition. We'll see if Oakley take advantage. It's Kingsley Sinclair, and it's in. Steph Valentini did himself some damage as he leapt in to head that one home. Surely nothing more than a consolation for Oakley. Green Gully making a substitution as they defend the corner. And maybe that truism is not a superstition after all. They've copped a goal. Waring for Kusumovic. Waring seems to have shifted centrally now. Sinclair. In swinging delivery. Driscoll needed to juggle it after the substitute Justin Spiteri got in his way. 11 minutes to play with Oakley still 3 goals down, but they've got a goal back to boost their spirits at the very least. Boyce. Valentini for Wellsmore. Guest back to McGill. Pierce Waring now. And here to open to winning it back. Did Pierce Waring get a piece of him? Referee waves it away. McGill. Now Roy Gregory. Guess he was looking for Salmon. Move breaks down, and Wellsmore can't win it back. Free header for Brody Boyce. Drops to Spiteri. Didn't give anything away in the 50-50 with Brody Boyce there, and it's an Oakley throw. Valentini. Visitors' only goal scorer today so far. Gregory. Decent delivery too, but Taylor Shrivers was well positioned. Now Latham dwelt on it for a moment too long. Josh Hope hacked it away and ends up very fortuitously at the feet of Adolf Kadakpo. Yanucci, Kadakpo, Spiteri now. Try and make some headway down the line, but ran out of real estate. Guest. Long high ball. Crooks lost out to Kasumovic. Kasumovic gets it back from Shrivers. And he's brought down. Rather, Crooks got it back from Shrivers and brought down by Kasumovic, I should say. And exchanging a few words as well in the aftermath. Taylor Shrivers, no need to take risks at this point. Josh Hope went to ground. Referee was just waiting for his lino to give a flag. Latham thought about the quick one, or at least feigned it. Iannucci only has 3 targets to aim for here. Leaves it short. Boyce. Spiteri. Picked off by Wellsmore. Waring. Guess. Threads it through the lines. It's Salmon around the goalkeeper. And it's saved on the line by Shrivers. Alex Salmon denied a goal against his former side. Well, that should have been 4-2. And if they can score another here, Oakley, it seems improbable. It is improbable. But just a glimmer of hope for the visiting side. Pierce Waring's corner. Headed behind by Jalil Regaig, and they'll get a retake here. What can Pierce Waring produce? Again into the near post, again headed behind. It'll be a 3rd corner. They're running out of match balls here pretty quick. Someone's going to have to play ball boy behind the goals on the far side of the hill. Bit of push and shove going on in the penalty area, which requires some sorting out for the referee. Kasumovic whipped in. Kasumovic was the target, couldn't make contact. McGill. Joe Guess. Asad Kasumovic Gregory and Pierce Waring. Waring's delivery. Danger not quite away from Hope. Valentini and Josh Hope getting in a tangle. This is Alex Salmon. Gregory. Turn ball for Alex Salmon to hit one. And it's blocked and ricochets harmlessly back to the goalkeeper. Yanucci. What a handball there against Wellsmore. Waring spins away. Still Pierce Waring, and it's in! And Oakley have a second. And maybe, just maybe, the most improbable of routes back into the game. Well, there was plenty of power behind it from Pierce Waring, but I think Liam Driscoll won't want to see that one back. Lovely spin away from two defenders. Stood up Shrivers. There's so much power generated off a short backlift. The goalkeeper caught out. And maybe a lifeline for Oakley. Time is against them. Just 4 minutes of regulation to play, plus a handful of stoppage. There have been a couple of injury breaks in this game, which might give the Cannons a chance. They were 4-0 down. The game was over. They've had their defence absolutely decimated this afternoon by injuries. Sinclair. McGill. Mo Adam now. Thought he was fouled by Cam McGill. Play goes on. Sinclair. Kasumovic. Now Sinclair whipped in towards Guest. And the goalkeeper will take his time with this one. Pierce Waring scoring against the club. He departed on the eve of the season. Just may have given Oakley a glimmer. Valentini. Tangle on the deck. Whistle goes against Valentini. Regate. We will have 4 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the 90. Latham. Off Guest. Now Kadakpo. Oh, great win by Guest off Latham. And don't know if he was trying to find a teammate or go for goal, but neither worked. Ooh, Salmon going in late on Driscoll. It's all getting a bit ugly here. Yellow card out for Alex Salmon. gets up on the board. Long stoppage. Finally back underway with Ian Driscoll able to continue. Valentini checks inside Spiteri. Still going, Valentini. They had the whole Green Gully defence in pursuit. Gregory for Waring. Nathan trying to put the pressure on. Waring finding Salmon, who sets himself for the cross. Valentini's in there. And then a late challenge on Jalil Regate. Emlyn Wellsmore giving away the free kick. And credit to Oakley, really, for making a game of this when they were in a 3-0 hole at half-time with only one natural defender left in the back line. Crooks with a good win against Kasumovic, but Sinclair will retrieve it for Oakley. McGill. Guess. Iridakunda back to Driscoll. Josh Hope takes it out of the sky. Gregory lost out in the tackle. Here goes Sinclair. A little shove on Valentini there. Waved away. Iannucci. Oakley maybe have 2 more minutes, if that. And it looks like their hopes in this game have slipped away. Feely for Guest. Sinclair with Akers ahead of him. Has Josh Hope in pursuits. Still Kingsley Sinclair. He's brought down, and Mo Adams going to go into the book now. Pierce Waring over this one. Already scored once this afternoon, the first half substitute. He's had to play in all sorts of different positions that he's not accustomed to. He's accustomed to scoring goals. Ball does its job that time. And he can't craft a shot. And I think possession will be returned to Oakley here. Now Guest. Pass is picked off by Adam. Kadakpo. He's pulled up short here, Kadakpo. Seems to be struggling for a moment there. Keeps possession really well. Yeah, he has hurt himself. The full-time whistle's gone. And Green Gully with a statement win today. A result that very few expected, but Oakley with 3 successive league defeats. Josh Hope got the scoring underway. Adolf Kadakpo made it 2. And then Jamie Latham before half-time, compounding Oakley's misery. They were forced into 3 first-half substitutions as Noah Holmes, Connor Hampson and Ollie Kubalay went down in succession, finishing with a patchwork makeshift defence. Hope scored his second early in the second half to make it 4-0 and seemingly put the result to bed. But goals from Stefan Valentini and Pierce Waring, the former Green Gully man, making a game of it in the end. Oakley ran out of time, they ran out of legs, and they seem to have run out of defenders. What kind of damage will this injury toll do to their title challenge and chances in the finals and the national rounds of the Australia Cup? We'll wait and see just how long all those injured players are going to be out for. But it's been a costly afternoon. The side sitting in 3rd place in the table. Avondale with a chance to create some separation as they kick off against Manningham United Blues. We'll sign off here on the NPL Victoria live stream. I've been Josh Parrish. Thank you for your company in this early Saturday kickoff in round 19. The final score, Green Gully 4, Oakley Cannons 2.